Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort, and we're here for another poetry discussion. A poetry discussion which will take place in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one, the poetry discussion playlist, but number two, a quickly growing playlist of poems by Pablo Neruda. The poem in question today is titled Every Day You Play, and it reads as such. Every day you play with the light of the universe. Subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. You are more than this white head that I hold tightly as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands. You are like nobody since I love you. Let me spread you out among yellow garlands, who writes your name in letters of smoke among the stars in the south. Oh, let me remember you as you were before you existed. Suddenly the wind howls and bangs at my shut window. The sky is a net crammed with shadowy fish. Here all the winds let go sooner or later, all of them. The rain takes off her clothes. The birds go by, fleeing. The wind, the wind. I alone can contend against the power of men. The storm whirls dark leaves and turns loose all the boats that were moored last night to the sky. You are here. Oh, you do not run away. You will answer me to this last cry. Curl around me as though you were frightened. Even so, a strange shadow once ran through your eyes. Now too, little one, you bring me honeysuckle, and even your breasts smell of it. While the sad wind goes slaughtering butterflies, I love you, and my happiness bites the plum of your mouth. How you must have suffered getting accustomed to me, my savage, solitary soul. My name that sends them all running. So many times we have seen the morning star burn, kissing our eyes, and over our heads the gray light unwinds and in turning fans. My words reigned over you, stroking you. A long time I have loved the sunned mother of pearl of your body. Until I even believe that you own the universe, I will bring you happy flowers from the mountains, bluebells, dark hazels, and rustic baskets of kisses. I want to do with you what spring does with the cherry trees. Now, I have to start this with a quibble because I am very new to the world of Pablo Neruda. And in searching out poems by Pablo Neruda, it's difficult because everything you're seeing is in translation, first off, right? But also volumes. He wrote volumes of poetry, and you want to sort of get an idea of what it means to read a poem by Pablo Neruda. And here I am at the whims of the internet when searching these poems. And I found this poem on a couple websites, censored. And I couldn't understand what was going on. This word right here was edited out, breasts. Now, this poem is, part of this poem at least, is about being unable to really comprehend that the beloved had loved you despite all of your flaws, right? We have this little bit, you must have suffered getting accustomed to me, my savage, solitary soul, my name that sends them all running. So many times we have seen the morning star burning, kissing our eyes. This bit right here is about astonishment that the beloved loved you too. Listen, if you run a website about poetry, and you find it in your soul to edit out the word breasts, stop. Stop running a website about poetry. You're the problem. You are miserable at what it is that you claim to love. And you would have to claim to love literature to run a website on literature. I am several places on the interwebs that many of you will never know about because, well, probably none of you will ever know about because that's the point of the internet. Let me tell you what it means to run a website about literature. This YouTube channel is a website of its own. I have a URL. It means no money. All of the labor that you see me put into this channel, all of the ways that I am trying to change things, all of the ways that I am trying to dig into literature and what it means, very little money comes of a channel like this versus other YouTube channels, versus other domains of discussion on the internet. Very little money comes from something like this, so you have to love it. To claim to love literature, to claim to love poetry, possibly, especially, and edit out a word like breasts means that you have failed. Means that you do not love what you claim to love. You should stop. Now, that is my personal beef aside. This right here, how you must have suffered getting accustomed to me. My savage, solitary soul, my name that sends them all running. This, you've probably had a micro moment in your life where you look at someone who means very much to you in a moment of maybe not fighting so much as disagreement, in a contentious time with that someone who means something to you, and you look at them and you think, why are you like this? Every time you do X, Y, and Z. And it seems non-negotiable to your very existence, this aggravating, irritating thing. Why do you do this? Why are you like this? Why is this you? If, however, you know that feeling without knowing the feeling of, why am I like this? Why do I do this? Why am I this thing? If you know the former without the latter, probably, well, honestly, probably you are a narcissist. Here we have a speaker who has the clairvoyance to say, yeah, that's my bad. And what we have in this poem is something which seems akin to puppy love, right? Do you remember your high school sweetheart? Do you remember your first love? Do you remember the first individual with whom you shared intimate moments? Surely you do. There was nothing that person could do wrong. And you were probably in awe, that they wanted anything to do with the you. That's what we have here from this poem. That is what we have, in my experience, seemingly time again with Pablo Neruda, a type of puppy love. This poem, every day you play. Where does this come from? Every day you play. Every day you play with the light of the universe. Sometimes in poetry, the titles can be fairly throwaway. You can feel that a poem is titled because, well, it's kind of the standard. It's the convention. It's something you have to do when you write a poem. You have to put a pretty little bow on top. It would be very tempting to feel that way when the title is repeated in the first line. But there have been times with Pablo Neruda already in, I believe, 7 poems in the playlist so far, where the title, interacts with the first line of the poem. A Dog Has Died is the title of a Pablo Neruda poem, and the first line of the poem itself is My Dog Has Died. Now, I might not be quoting that directly, but it's the A dog, my dog dichotomy. This seems like repetition, but instead I would claim that it is something closer to incantation. Every day you play. Every day you play with the light of the universe. This seems to me not just a reminder of the title of the poem in the first line. It seems to me to be a type of incantation by which our speaker is hoping to get some deeper, firmer grasp on what it is that the beloved had to do with the speaker. And we get a little bit more of this later in the poem. Well, maybe not more of this, but something which pushes that disbelief deeper into the being of the speaker. So every day you play with the light of the universe. You are this magnificent thing. You are this grandiose being that plays with the very light of the universe. Suddenly, the wind howls and bangs at my shut window. The wind howling is again the work of the universe, right? But the wind howling here is akin to the light, right? This is not the thing which is alive. It is the thing which is inanimate of an animate universe. Does that make any sense? It is simply the process of the universe itself. What are we talking about here with the wind howling at a shut window? Our speaker is in awe of the beloved and departed. The beloved and departed was so much better than our speaker. Our speaker here lamenting his own shortcomings in the absence of the you, in the absence of the beloved, in the absence of that thing which was so sweet, the you in question has shut the domicile. The speaker, in the absence of the beloved, the mysterious beloved, the profound beloved, the beloved which was so much better than our speaker, has shut himself off to everything else, leaving the title of this poem to be an incantation, leaving the title of this poem to be a type, perhaps, of prayer. Dear Lord, right? Every day you play. You do play. Currently, you do play. I, however, have shut myself off to the entire process. I have closed the window to my life. The universe itself, the winds, still howl and bang at that thing, but here I am, stuck inside, trapped inside with just me. Why am I this way? Why am I the one who sends everyone running when they hear my name? Why am I the savage? Why am I the solitary? Our speaker here is telling us all of the things that we need to know about him, if the speaker in question is in fact a him. Solitary and savage, cut off from the natural, cut off from the light of the universe with which the you in question the light of the universe with which the dearly beloved plays. Our speaker has lost the dearly beloved and decided that he is no more. He is the past tense. He will live only through these memories. That is all I have for this poetry discussion. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do on the channel, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. There's poetry on the channel every Monday. And as always, if you find yourself here by chance but not design, consider hitting the subscribe button in order to stick around for more literature in the future, because as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.